Barney, let's go!
This thing on, there we go. Yeah, everybody, hi everyone. Fuck yes, I love it. How exciting. It's a special Monday. This is episode 50 of Kill Tony, everybody.
Yeah, big 5-0.
Episode 50.
One
Man.
for each state.
And the State of the Union is strong. Wait, Patriot, not yet. Josh.
What is going
doing,
on?
dude?
Everyone's
What's going on?
real
You're already
confused.
blowing it, Josh. It's all happening, buddy.
It's already begun.
Josh already dropping the ball after he spilled tequila on me last week directly, which there's video of that on
The episode.
yeah, that's what is that, episode 49, I guess. So
Yeah. Was that 50?
That was 49.
Yeah, you're right.
But the video should be. I think.
Right.
I guess it's not out yet, but
No, it comes
the video will be.
Yeah. We had to film the first half of the episode using an iPhone.
Yeah.
And I think I caught Josh. It was so funny
In the
because
motion right here,
Yeah,
from
'cause
right there.
he puts it right on the corner of the table.
Yeah. Really blew it.
Yeah.
But keep it going for Josh Martin, everybody. He tries to keep everything on its hinges. Great guy, Josh Martin. So hell yeah, guys! Thank you, live audience, for coming out and sitting so far away. Nothing better than having the front of the room empty. Really big confidence booster. Always exciting. I really can feel that energy because I have long reach. So, fuck yeah. Anyway, what happened this weekend? What's going on in the world? Anything?
Yeah, we did an episode of Thunder Pussy and Benji went crazy on
that was a
some
Thunder
hecklers.
Pussy.
Or not Thunder Pussy, Ice House Chronicles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. We had a good friend of ours have to deal with an annoying group of hecklers, and then we had to deal with the aftermath of a comedy club not backing the comic.
You know what I realized lately is that the hecklers are... I feel like, this is just a newer theory that I have. By the way, I just celebrated 7 years of doing stand-up comedy, guys.
Oh.
Which is interesting. It's fun to have been doing something 7 years. I don't think I've ever done that. Yeah. Anyway, but something I noticed lately is I think the hecklers are heat, like animals. I think that when it starts getting warmer out, people get chimier because they get a little bit drunker, they get a little bit hotter, the fucking chemicals are rolling, so they think they have something that they want to say.
Yeah. And they also, always happens when you come in groups, too. Like, if you have more than 4 people, than 4 people in a group, that becomes a party.
Right.
And so now you have, like, this party aspect of, like, damn, we have a whole table. We actually are a party.
Yeah.
And
it's like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The pack gets bigger and shit gets crazy.
Yeah. But it was interesting. It was interesting having to deal with that. But if you're listening to this, you can always check out Ice House Chronicles because Benji literally gets off stage thinking he's about to get shot from this gang of Mexicans, and luckily we had Big Earl Kennedy there.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's a force to be reckoned with as far as like what you visually think he's capable of, but
right.
But he's a big softy on the inside, so that's funny that he was the one chosen.
And then Benji went on the podcast and like almost just shake. You could tell how he's shaking.
It's a shame it wasn't a Thunder Pussy because it would have been great to have the video of him getting heckled and him because Benji's great at laying into people. You know, he's on team evil roast with me. Like it's like he just sees the stuff that he holds back and doesn't say is the funniest stuff that like he'll only say to a top. You know. Anyway, you guys get it. I'm sure. This live audience is a blast tonight, Brian. I think
I know, it's great, right?
We had 17 reservations tonight. Did you know that?
Yeah.
17 reservations. And I'm pretty sure that there's not 17 people in here.
Yeah.
But it feels like 18.
Maybe they were on like Malaysian taxis or something.
That's it. That's one of our new sponsors, Malaysian Airlines, Crystal Geyser, and McDonald's, everybody. We still got McDonald's. I'm loving it. They make me say that part.
It's so weird that you do that. I was listening to an old episode the other day, and you really went into it because you were reading my cup, and you were just like, free Wi-Fi at all locations.
I just think it's the funniest thing that I want to see if like McDonald's attorneys will send us something like, can you not mention our product on? Like, I think it's so funny that McDonald's like this huge corporation, and I'm saying that.
Right, because then we would have to acknowledge it, or because then we get to acknowledge it.
It makes me wonder if they'll complain about us backing their product.
Right.
Like if they're like, I don't know if you know this, but like we work with the Olympics and things like that. Your live podcast.
What's the queefing?
Yeah.
What's the queefing?
Let's just put it this way: we don't get it. But we love you, McDonald's, all the time, especially your new strawberry banana iced tea mix, debuting next month only at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
And don't forget the Shamrock fries. They're not just old fries.
When is St. Patrick's Day?
It already happened.
Oh.
It just happened.
That wacky St. Patrick, he gets by me sometimes. He was like a big deal, I guess. Anyway,
you don't know what you did for St. Patty's Day?
No, what did I do? I don't even know what time of the year that is.
Isn't that weird? I'm trying to remember what I did. We probably did something.
When's St. Patrick's Day, guys? March. That was like recent. Holy shit.
What day did it fall on?
What day did it fall on? Anybody know that? What happened to St. Patrick's Day just disappeared, huh?
We did a Kill Tony on St. Patty's Day.
Did we really? And we didn't even acknowledge it once.
Did we acknowledge it? No?
Are you serious? Even weirder yet, we're just finding out that it was St. Patrick's Day now.
No,
this is some crazy shit.
Wow. That's scary. What did we drink in Dallas?
I'm telling you, man. Something.
Fucking Concrete Cowboy.
That just keeps coming up every episode. Dude, that comes up more than McDonald's. Brian and I got roofied, we're pretty sure, when we did a road trip. We have no idea who roofied us. We came in contact with, 200 people. Yeah. And we were fucking destroyed. Something terrible happened that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's kind of like bad when you're a kid and you got molested but you don't remember because you're regressing it. I think something really bad happened that weekend to us.
I don't know what that's like. But
what's weird is, like, if you take all the photos of all the people I do remember and put it on the table, it could go either two ways, like awesome or what the fuck did we do?
Yeah, it was a weird one. I've never had that happen.
We should probably get tested.
Dallas. That place is fucked up. By round of applause, how many of you have been to Dallas? It's a lot of people. All right, fuck it. A lot of people from Dallas, a lot of famous people, a lot of popular people. I love Dallas. And there was even Dallas is such a great city that they even had a TV show named Dallas.
Yeah.
And it's a shame I can't think of any major people from Dallas. But anyway,
wasn't Boss Hogg from Dallas?
Boss Hogg.
Yeah, wasn't he? It feels like he was.
Isn't that the show?
No, the guy from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh,
he was from Dallas.
Boss Hogg. Guys, let's get this fun train moving along. That was we call that our monologue because you can catch mono while we're in the middle of it. With no further ado, every week we have a brand new Patriot representing a different species of some kind, a different take on an awesome, awesome character. This week, it's very, very exciting to introduce his first time as the Patriot. Put your hands together for the Iranian Patriot, Hormoz Rashidi. Oh, shit. There's some blatant Middle Eastern dancing. Oh, my goodness. Very Middle Eastern. Oh, shit. Oh. He's Iranian as fuck.
Yeah.
How's it going, buddy?
Very good.
Fuck.
Very good.
Fuck yeah. I love that he's blatantly the Iranian Patriot because you can see his hairy arms sticking through his sleeves.
Yeah, and his
Bram, 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 bram.
And I don't think that's his speaker. I think that's just his pubic hair.
Fuck yeah.
Too soon.
Never too soon for an Iranian, right?
Never too soon.
Maybe tower too soon with you guys.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Oh shit! Pretty sure a plane's gonna fly into the belly room. Everybody. I love it. So tough, so Iranian. Then he's got to giggle like a little girl. You're like a baby getting tickled. Fuck yeah. Well, we're happy to have you, Hormoz. Thank you for... What's your Twitter handle?
Hormoz Rashidi.
Oh, yeah. Hormoz Rashidi, guys. Fucking...
Oh, they don't really like him that, so I think they're scared.
Everybody is sort of turned off by the Iranian... What's the problem with the Patriot, guys? You're not feeling it?
Wow.
Wow.
Iran.
Damn. That's normally that gets a big round of applause at this club, but surprised it's not. Luckily, we're gonna have a lot of fun throughout tonight's episode. So thank you for joining us. I'm glad that you're our Patriot, and to me, you're the finest Patriot that I've ever seen.
And a great Uber driver.
Yes, definitely. Fuck yeah. I love having a good Iranian friend wearing 7-year-old pajamas, fully committed, and that's what it's all about. But that's not what the show's about, guys. It's about stand-up comedy, everybody.
Yay!
And I'm so excited to have two of my funniest friends on tonight's show. This is very exciting. So what do you say we meet them, huh, guys? Tonight's guests are two of my very best friends, everybody. It's the great Bob Oschack and Steven Glickman. It's amazing. Bob Oschack, considered by many a comic, a cold-blooded assassin. And Steven Glickman, a hilarious guy. Like me, used to work at the Comedy Store and then went on to big fun things.
We both did. Or are you talking about Steve?
You worked at the Comedy Store? Get the fuck out of here. No.
You worked at the Comedy Store also?
Yeah, I was.
What did you do here?
I was in cover booth for 7 years.
Get the fuck out of here!
Oh my god!
My first time, I moved out here in September of '94. I did an open mic 2 days after I moved out here. I do the open mic, finish. It goes well. I don't know. Barris was emceeing. Don Barris was emceeing. Freddie Soto working the door. A guy named Jason Hart's working the booth. You know, there's some guys. And then I went to the bathroom, and the manager comes next to me at the urinal, and he says, "Great job. Mitzi wants you to work here." Okay? I've been in town for 2 days. 2 days. The manager of the Comedy Store tells me Mitzi wants me to work there. What I didn't know is she wanted me to work in the cover booth. So
Right.
basically, she wanted me to work as a ticket taker.
Yeah.
And I wound up working as a ticket taker for 7 years before I became a regular here.
Wow.
But I guess there's something about my comedy that didn't really come across as funny as much as it did trustworthy with money.
Right.
You know? So, but that's how I landed.
I had to work the cover booth here for a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a compliment of sorts.
Yeah.
She doesn't let a lot of comics around the revenue stream.
Right.
So take it as a compliment. We're a select fraternity.
I was not allowed anywhere near the cover booth.
Case in point.
Just
Case
in
in
case
point.
you're wondering. They were like, "How's your math skills?" And I was like, "I can't spell math. So I'm not gonna."
What did you do?
I worked as the phone secretary in the
Ooh.
office, and I took with where Tommy is right now,
Yeah.
and I would take everyone's avails every week, and I actually had to. I was the one who had to call Rogan and tell Rogan he was banned because of the
Holy
fight
shit.
between him and. I had to do that call. and
What was that call like?
it was fucking rough, dude. I call him up and I'm like, "Hey," so like Mitzi calls me and she's like, "Tell Rogan he can't." I don't know. I'm doing a voice, but you can't tell him he can only perform here on the weekdays, not the weekend. And I was like, "Okay, all right, no problem." So I call him. I'm like, "Hey, Joe," and he's like, "All right, give it to me straight. What happened?" I was like, "Mitzi said you can only perform here on the weekdays, not the weekend." And he was like, all right, no problem. And I was like, "Okay, bye." Phone rings again. I'm like, Comedy Store, and it's Paulie. And he's like, hey, bro, call Rogan, tell him he's banned for life from the club. And I'm like, Paulie, I can't do that because I just called him because Mitzi, your mom, just called to say he's only banned on the weekends. And
Have
Paulie
you
was
ever
like,
heard this story before? This is like
I have heard a
that's
version
amazing.
of it, yeah.
You're like the middleman in this amazing moment in stand-up history.
yeah, so Paulie was like, you gotta call him, bro. He's like, I'm the boss, bro. Call him and tell him he's fucking banned, bro. So I called Rogan. I was like, you're banned for life. That's what Paulie just told me to tell you. And Rogan goes like this. What's about to happen to you is gonna be rough. And I was like, to me? And he was like, I'm really sorry. And he took all the phone numbers from the phone list, because there's like 5 lines that call into here, and he gave all the information out to all of his fans and told them to call in and tell us that we were pieces of shit. So I'd answer them, I'd be like, Comedy Store, I'd be like, faggot! I'd be like, oh, really? Really? Hang up. Brr, hello? Suck it! One after another. For like 2 weeks, that's how it was. It was fucking gnarly.
That is amazing.
I also had to ban Michael Richards for life from the club. I had to call him too. Mitzi made me call him, and he was like, hello. And I was like, hey, Michael, Mitzi told me to tell you that you're banned for life. And he was like, I know. And then just... I was like, I really liked you outside. Hello? It was just over.
Yeah, actually, he was here, and he did a set before he did the famous set over there.
Oh, yeah.
Guess he had a rough one here, huh?
Yeah, and I watched that set and then talked to him a little bit out back, and he was with this girl, and he just seemed very out of it. That's what I'll say, out of it.
Jeez.
And then I called Rogan that night. I'm like, dude, get down to the Comedy Store right now. Michael Richards is with this crazy person, and they're both really messed up. You know, like, I fucked up. They're fucked up. Both of them are really fucked up. And then he's like, no way, or whatever. And then Michael Richards got in a car or whatever and went down to the Laugh Factory and did the in-rant thing. So it was just like, I knew something was happening that night with him because he was that fucked up.
That's amazing.
Or
That's amazing.
How lucky you are to be that phone guy for 2 crazy spots like
I
that.
had 2 weird moments. Those were my 2 weirdest moments, I think. Also, there was a moment where I'll never forget when I first started working here. I said to Tommy, "Hey, I don't want to be like a tattletale or something, but PJ Stansberry was smoking marijuana in the hallway," and Tommy goes, "We're just happy he's not doing cocaine anymore."
Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend and one of the greatest human beings in the world, Rowdy Roddy Piper, is here.
Real honor, sir. Holy shit.
How's it going, buddy?
That is amazing.
Thanks for being here.
Wow. Phenomenal.
You're not going to hurt me now.
No.
Hi, Roddy.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Oh, been on the road.
How's that going?
I did this silly series called Legend House.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with it right now. I've been telling everybody about it. Has anybody seen this show, Legends House, on the new WWE network, guys?
Big show, huh?
You're so fucking missing out. It's
Okay, well, I did Wife Swap the week before. And it's true. Celebrity.
yeah.
And, they don't tell you. And so I'm trying to figure out, and the lady, they fly one way, the other way. I'm supposed to make them walk, I suppose, excuse me. How else are you going to get them there, Rod? And you don't know. Stick with me now. You got to give me a little bit, all right? Wrestler. When Andre the Giant comes, you'll appreciate my ass. Right, man. What were we talking about?
Legends House.
Thank you, Legends House. Well, it was really hard. They locked me up for a month with 7 other guys, but sounds like a kind of a porn, doesn't it? You know him? I used to. It's like this kid here. We'll just change this whole format around. Watch, I'll give you like one of the most beautiful stories you've ever heard. And it's this kid here. So I'm they put me here. Jimmy Kimmel has a sense of humor and put me in here to get me ready for a one-man show in Broadway. I ended up, like I don't drink, anymore or nothing, and that's all you do here is drink. So I taught myself the piano. I can't do fucking stand-up comedy. We're shit, though. And this kid used to park cars and working his way up. And so he's very shy. And he brought me over one time. And he says, I got to tell you. I'll cry, man. And I know. Boosh. And he go, when he's a little boy, just him and his mommy, and they were very poor. And what he would do is he would have his pillow, and he, for like 5-6 hours, he just wrestled the shit out of this pillow. And every time he got it down, he'd go, Mom, count. And I talked to her. Her from the kitchen go, 1, 2, 3. And he did that for years.
Yeah.
And he was starved, and so I took him over to a Denny's.
This is true.
And
you don't even know the half of that story. This story has been told on podcasts before, but from my point of view, which is even crazier, which, the time that you took me, so I was down and out. I'd been grinding it out here. I'd been working here. This is an awesome story. I swear to God. I've only got a couple of them, but this is a good one. And crazy thing is that I had run out of everything. Like, I'm the kind of guy that would rather not work a day job and fucking struggle to figure out the next thing than to be miserable and sell my soul. At that point, I was too deep into stand-up at the time. This is like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Anyway. But it was like, so I was done working a job, but I was still just doing stand-up and working here and getting fucked. And I'd run out of all money possible, like money, like turned in change for food. I mean, there was probably a paycheck coming in a few days from here or whatever, but I was done. And I laid down on my air mattress that was in Amy Hawthorne's living room. And I laid there in the afternoon, and I was out of all money, and I didn't have another meal coming. And I'd been hungry and broke before in that little time span because it just happened. But this time I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go chase down a meal. I'm just going to lay here and just see what happens. Like, I was like done. I just literally for the first time sort of just given up. And a few hours later, my phone rang with Piper, who said his first words were, "Can I take you out to dinner?" And then the next day I got an awesome, very well-paying writing gig. So it worked out, everybody. That's the moral of the story. But that's a true one. I was actually like giving up, just laying. What's more depressing than laying in a fucking air mattress in a Hollywood living room, and then it was literally like you knew. That's a fucking awesome story.
Yeah, it's because a good one.
Well, first off, Roddy and Tony, I'd try to fit a few more punchlines.
It got deep. It did get deep.
So, I mean, I try to go like 20, 25 seconds between laughs. So,
right.
But it had heart. So it was really good. So,
Like a
thanks a lot,
like
man. Good luck with everything.
Yeah, like a great like prop would help. It'd be awesome. That's what we're supposed to. That's right.
I love it.
That's what we're supposed to do, right?
All right. Well, I don't drink. Now what am I going to do?
Piper, you want to watch some stand-up comedians with us?
Is your show over? You are kicking me out.
No, we
I
love
thought
you.
you were
want you to-
joking.
we-
No,
here's what
I'll
we're gonna do.
I'll go. I love the stand-up comedians. You know? Don't want me? I'll just take my jacket and go.
Give him a chair. Why don't we just all squeeze in? How's that?
Can we get an extra chair?
Will you
for
help
God's
out
sake?
comedians with some advice? Do you have a few minutes?
Come on, Rowdy. Please, come sit here. Come here.
Here's what happens, Piper.
Been on the road there, big guy.
Hey, wow. This is really happening.
This is the greatest.
I feel really good
Ladies
about
and gentlemen,
everything
Rowdy
that's
Roddy Piper is in the room, everybody. I don't know. If you guys are half as excited as I am right now, then you have come running down your leg at the thought of Roddy Piper being here.
I just watched They Live like 3 days ago for the 5,000th time, and I was like, I did not know he was going to be here, so I immediately.
Me neither. This is the greatest surprise ever. This is
awesome.
episode 50 of my show,
Awesome,
Piper.
man. The
I'm
coolest.
sorry?
This is episode 50 of this show.
50.
Yeah.
50, baby.
You betcha. Is he
So
violent?
Piper, here's how it works. Let me. This is the format. So in this bucket, a bunch of open mic or a bunch of comedians who were signing up for the open mic downstairs also signed up for this show. Now downstairs, if they get picked, they get put on a list and they do 3 minutes in front of that room. On this show, if they get picked out of this bucket, they come from wherever they are in the room. They do 1 minute of stage time with that mic and mic stand right there. And they do stand-up for just a minute. We don't interrupt during that 60 seconds. They know their 60 seconds is up when they hear the sound of a kitten. Did you hear that? That's 60 seconds.
You're a sick puppy, you are.
And then if they run the light after that, they bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. All right. Yep. Still going, I guess. It's an angry bear tonight. And then after that minute's up, we talked to them about how we felt about their minute. Like we just any constructive
nobody's feelings. Oh, man.
No, it's not about. There's no winner or loser. It's not a contest. It's just constructive criticism in any way. Anything you liked about them, anything you want to find out about them, anything you would add or take away or anything. It's just we just throw it out there and they can take and leave whatever they want. And then we pull another name out of the bucket.
Many mistakes I got. I can't throw many rocks. I'll take it easy on the kids.
You throw all the rocks you want.
Yeah. You've literally thrown rocks before. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. All right. So what do you say? We gonna get it started? You'll help out some young stars tonight with us?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 50 of Kill Tony, featuring Rowdy Roddy Piper, Stephen Glickman, and Bob Oschack.
Yeah.
And the Iranian Patriot, Hormuz Rashidi. Your first comedian doing a minute tonight goes by the name of Jared Levin.
Yeah!
Jared Levin just missed his spot, which means he's blacklisted. That's what happened.
Hysterical.
Nobody knows how to blow it up like the Iranian Patriot, guys. Put your hands together for your first comedian, David Bass, everybody.
David Bass. That's why I stay in my lane. I done so much good.
Awesome.
I'm out
Here he
praying
comes.
for rain.
David
Fucking
Bass.
with them lanes. Have me locked in the cage.
Hello.
Hey, I'm David Bass. How you guys doing tonight? Great. Last name's Bass, like the fish. Bass, like the ale. Some famous people have the last name, Lance Bass. I just found out we're related. His ancestors are my ancestors, slave owners. Still waiting for that check. Just flew back from Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, and boy, my arm's tired of black people. My whole family is from there, where all the black people are from. But they shouldn't be, am I right, white people? I'm kidding. I love white people. Do you prefer to be called Caucasians? Yeah? Someone told me that. Like a Caucasian is like an Asian, but like with a bigger package. It's a compliment, really. Except for the Asians. Are there any Asians here? No? That's a good thing. Let's see, where should I start with this? I was thinking about this. I was watching the Food Network today, and I was watching Rachel Ray make one of her famous dishes within a half hour, which took me like 2 hours to make. She was making, oh, good.
Fuck yeah, David Bass, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you.
How long have you been in LA?
A few weeks now.
Oh, awesome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hell yeah. And
How long you been doing stand-up for?
On and off, a few years. Lethargically, terribly.
Hey, you're making it happen.
You know,
Yeah.
one day at a time.
Absolutely.
Were you doing it in Mobile or?
No, I was doing it in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
For
What
how
made-
long? How long again?
A few years on and off, about 5 years. I haven't been counting. You know, sometimes I take breaks and work at a restaurant until I get fired, and then I go back to stand-up comedy.
Ah.
It's multitasking. It's like you look for comedy, you write some jokes, you write some resumes, you work a job.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Do you ever talk about your job history when you're doing
I was writing.
stand-up?
I was It's funny that you asked. I was writing this book called The Resume. Thank you. And, it's an 8x11 memoir of a Bostonian's past failures. It's not selling well. I'm just giving it away. They're constantly being accepted, but
I love it.
What do you want to do? Do you want to be a stand-up comic or not?
yeah, I mean, I've always wanted. At first, I wanted to write. I was like writing these little chronicles, these little like gay chronicles about these boys, and then I was drawing doodles for it. And then I ended up like judging for stand-up comedians. I was like judging comics at a sushi bar in Boston on Bosa Street, and ended up doing stand-up, and I was actually pretty good at it, on and off, And so yeah.
So you do want to be in it to win it. You
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
you are
I'm in
actually.
it- I'm in it
how
to-
often are you
little-
going up on stage?
Not a lot here. I've been a little bashful, a little shy.
Okay.
The guys are hustlers here, and it's hard to get in.
Yeah, but if you make it here, you can make it anywhere, right?
I heard
That's the way I
that in New
look at
York
it.
one time. Like this one time in New York, I heard that one time, but like, yeah.
Just be in it to. Yeah, I would just say you kind of you're very likable. Play towards that. Do you agree with me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a
He's a
likable
likable guy,
You got a
and you-
likable thing.
Yeah, and you
You
got
got a
like
likable face.
I don't
You're
know if
very-
Piper.
I like your face.
Thanks.
Piper,
got
what do you think of David
Good
Bass?
shoulder
He's sort
length.
of like
The
a.
shoulders are nice.
I just started working out,
Wow.
so yeah.
Yeah.
So far.
Let's check out the hair. Let's see the hair.
Oh, I'm doing this thing where
Sort
I'm
of like a Virgil, right?
I'm
Piper?
shaving.
Oh yeah.
I'm
this is-
shaving off hair right here, so it looks like I'm balding. But later on, I'm just gonna shave the whole thing, and I'll be hot again.
That's a good, solid move.
Thanks.
You should shave your whole head. That's probably gonna be good.
I'll do it later on.
And then
tonight.
just leave the sideburns.
yeah, like little chops. right
Yeah,
here.
that's the move, man.
I like that.
Then you can look just like me.
You guys have any like comedy advice?
yeah. Good point.
When you said
Just
that,
give you more advice on your looks. I can just do that.
Sorry. I
Unfortunately,
model. I model.
unfortunately, looks are about 90% of the battle making it in comedy nowadays.
Really?
So seriously,
Yeah,
I could probably give you a bunch of material advice. That's all going to evolve. But truthfully, if you want to make it in stand-up comedy, just honestly, don't take this the wrong way. Don't wear shorts on stage.
Yes, that's 100% true.
Literally,
Sorry.
I'm not trying. I mean, literally, just dress a little nicer, and then hit the material a little stronger. You have a good vibe
You
to
buttoned
you.
your
Very
shirt
positive.
wrong too. You know that, right?
It's leg day for one thing, and there's snap-on. It's a snap-on shirt, so I'm kind of just like half-assing it, like my comedy.
No, it's because you wore it one button up.
I'm fixing it now.
No, you know what? There are look. This is a fine place to come and perform at, and there are lots of other places in town to like,
Maybe girlfriend
to
to fasten my-
It is so true, though.
There's a lot-
Dressing the part is a very big
It's
deal, and
very
that's one of
key,
the
yeah.
things that Piper taught me.
Piper always dresses the part, even
This
when
is
it's too hot outside to wear a leather jacket. He's
That's
always
part of
doing
it, man.
it.
That's what comes with
got
being
it.
who you are.
Remember
you
when
gotta
he
wear
went through that
jacket.
snowsuit phase?
You know,
It was rough
I
in the
think
summer.
he did.
He went through it.
There was a lady named Ella Fitzgerald, and she told me, give them a good beginning and a great ending, and they'll forgive a lot in between. So if you come up here, and instead of, I know you're trying to find them, have one that works, put it in your pocket. Then the race thing right from the top, they weren't warm enough. It was funny, just weren't warm enough. And then have a way to get out of it, and it'll give you the confidence in the middle.
Thank
And
you so much.
one other thing
Fuck
about Ella
yes.
Fitzgerald.
Rowdy
Yeah,
Roddy
it's true.
Piper.
Ella Fitzgerald.
This is amazing.
that's Jedi shit.
Yeah.
Right
It's
there.
fucking good
Exactly.
advice.
This is
Ella
a great format for you, Pipes. This is going to be good. I love it. David, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please
Thank
sign
you,
up
everyone.
again. Come back
You
again
did it.
soon.
You did a great
This is
job.
awesome.
You did a good thing that you did with your good face.
You know, I've told so many people, like, when, David Bass is D. Lee Bass on Twitter, by the way, guys. D. Lee Bass. He's only been in
Bass.
town a couple weeks. I see charisma. But you want a Coke? Josh, can we get a Coke for Pipes? Thank you so much.
No straw.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
Hurtful.
Deposition, yes, no, I do not recall. Allegedly.
For those of you that don't know, on top of being one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, sorry to mention this, Piper, I'm sure you get annoyed everywhere you go, but Also, he was the first wrestler to establish an improvisational show from within the mainframe of pro wrestling, which was called Piper's Pit, where he would interview other wrestlers, and you improvised most of that, right?
All of it, especially the screaming, the high pitch screaming. They were killing me.
The high pitch?
No, just that was very. It became very competitive because the first guy I had on, there were some rules you're not supposed to say about other guys. I'll give you one. If you're fighting some guy, you're young and he's a little older, every time he passes the cemetery, 2 guys chase him with shovels. Don't say that about him. Does nothing for business, and you get the dog knocked out of you for it. But thank you so much. But so this Piper's Pit, I didn't know what to say because I just didn't know. And there was this Puerto Rican gentleman right here named Frankie Williams. And I'm going, it's live and a lot of folks. And what am I going to say? And I said, so where are you from? And Frankie Williams, the only Puerto Rican I know has got freckles, in the thickest Puerto Rican accent, he said, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. We're rolling, baby. You got it, but you suck as a wrestler. You should have been a shoemaker. And he fought me, and like I got him on back like the, ouch, you bastards. And looked at that. Every time you think you got all the answers, I change the fucking question.
Yeah, that made history.
That's just how that happened.
Holy shit. All right, let's keep rocking. Your next comedian, doing a minute. Put your hands together for Tyler Messner.
Yeah, Tyler!
Thank you. I'm from Montana, and I moved here to LA, which, as you can imagine, it's a hard transition. Going from a place that always survives movie apocalypses to a place that never does. It's tough. Like I lived in such a flyover state. Like the aliens from that movie Independence Day, they flew over us. They could have just cruised by and turned on their little city blaster and probably got us. But like the alien in charge was just like, no, don't even waste the alien gas. We got to go to Houston. Houston, they blew up Houston in that movie. I had no idea the stakes were so high until I moved to Los Angeles. Like they blew up Houston. What's left? Albuquerque? Nothing. No idea. That's how that happens. I'm gonna call that good.
There you go. That's 55
I forgot the last part.
Is that? You have something, Bob?
Don't give up. Keep going until you hear that fucking cat. Do not give up.
Yeah, for
Keep
God's
going.
sakes. Do
Look at
another
your
one.
notes,
Do one
whatever
more.
you got to do, Tyler. Do not give up. Don't bail
Do one
before
more
the
time.
light. We got Roddy Piper here. I'll be goddamn if you're going to leave before that light.
All right. You do one more joke, or I'm going to punch you in the face.
The best thing happened to me the other day. I was in my car listening to NPR, and it was right after the Oscars, and the lady says, "Oh, this is amazing. Steve McQueen, director of 12 Years a Slave, the first African American to ever win Best Director." Another woman interrupted her and said, "Oh, actually, he's British." Then she immediately said, "Oh, I'm sorry, first black guy."
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Put your arms in the air. Oh, hell Put your arms in the air.
Tyler.
It's bravado, brother. It's bravado. All that's missing with you is the bravado.
Yeah.
You are a fucking gift to them, not the other way around.
Yeah,
Remember
bro.
that. Remember that. You came out here from fucking Montana?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And you're going to walk off stage before you do the full minute? Never again. I never want to see you before you end. You do it. You are, you know?
Dude, that shit's hysterical. Don't pussy out on the fucking Independence Day joke. That movie made $1 bajillion. They play it every Independence Day. It is a fucking shitty movie. I still tell jokes about that movie. You should fucking if there's another movie that you can update it to, like the fucking Godzilla movie, update it to something else.
Yeah.
But it's like don't chicken out on it. Fucking really go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
okay.
all your
Own it.
shit's
Yeah,
great,
who
dude.
said
Just
that?
own your shit.
Come
man.
sit up here. I think we have room for one more person. We can probably fit you back here.
And if you start wearing hipster glasses in a month from now, I'm going to punch you right in the
don't do it.
face. I swear to God. Don't you do it.
All right.
But you see what I was saying about literally
man.
own it, take
Yeah,
it, take it. It's yours. This is your opportunity because I can't. I can't give you specifics on material right now, but I can give you on fucking confidence and grabbing the stage, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about grabbing the stage. Here's a guy who knows how to grab the stage. Doesn't know the stage he's on right now, but this is a guy who can literally grab the stage, okay?
And after the zoo, we're going
That's
to
all
Hong
that
Kong
matters, man.
and Disneyland.
You started great though. You walked up, you took the mic stand, put it away, and then fucking went right ahead. Like it was like very pro shit. And then you like backed out, and you're like, I forgot the rest of my shit. I gotta get out of stage. You got material. Like if you got shit to do, keep doing it.
And from the technical standpoint, you know, you're talking about aliens not wanting to visit Montana. Well, I mean, you know, I think you could go one deeper than even an Independence Day. You know, I think you could, you know, really talk about how you could go into it by maybe mentioning something about not only do human beings not want to visit it, but I don't know, maybe you did, but maybe I just didn't hear it. But a good
how much Montana sucks.
But right,
We can't
human
get
beings
aliens
don't wanna
to
go
blow
there.
it up.
Aliens don't even go there. They'd rather be in the middle of the desert in Roswell. Not to mention, movie aliens don't even go there. You know, you could build this so that by the time you're in your Independence Day thing, you're already deep into it.
It's like that movie Contagion. Like they had all the red dots of like where all the disease were. It's just like open area. It's like nobody.
You can't even get a red dot.
No red dots.
We can't even
on
get
an
AIDS
outbreak
in
map.
our town.
That's good though. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play up the whole Montana angle, because trust me, no one here knows what it's like in Montana.
It's true.
That's your strength.
There you go.
Cool.
How long have you been in LA?
Year and a half, almost 2 years.
Nice.
You come out here for this?
Yeah.
To do stand up?
Yeah.
Was there any stage time whatsoever in Montana?
It was Stagecoach.
Not really.
Did you do? No, hold on. There may be something funny here. Did you ever do stand up in Montana?
Yes, they had some one-nighters. Triple Run did one-nighters, and then I emceed a poetry open mic for my college.
You have to talk about what a poetry open mic is like in Montana.
Yes.
People trying to.
Trust me, the shit'll write itself.
Yeah.
Go home tonight and write that bit.
Yeah, and then you can do one of the poems and just write a fucking poem and read, like pretend like you saved it and be like, oh, this is one of the poems that people would read, and just read a funny poem.
Right, people trying to blatantly plagiarize Dr. Seuss, like
Yeah.
thinking nobody else has seen it. This next one is called The Cat in the Hat.
Yeah. There was this one time, like it was like a gang of like leather poets, like hipstery chains.
Leather Poets sounds like the worst punk band of all time. We are the Leather Poets. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
But they would
Boo!
they would go up there and they would just, it was right around like high Bush era, like with Dick Cheney, and so they would just go up there and be like, fuck George Bush, fuck Dick Cheney and his oil dick, fuck him back to Afghanistan, and they would just go and they'd say that. And then I go up there and I'd make like a masturbation reference, and then the coffee place would just be like, whoa, ease off on that, all right? You want to talk about that bop it reminds you of jerking off thing, you know? So, yeah.
Just, work on that. Yeah. Definitely.
Piper, Tyler,
like it.
Piper, Tyler sort of reminds me of an out-of-shape The Miz. What do you think about that? Is that a pretty good analysis?
No, but you know, I might do one or two things.
Yeah.
I might go get a red plaid Pendleton shirt, because that's what they wear in Montana. Or at least go get a shirt with a collar, because it makes you look clean, and the audience is more apt to kind of like you, because you're taking care of yourself, even though, you know, you're poor. You know? God bless you, but no.
Yeah, you throw on a fucking alligator.
I'll buy you the shirt. But if you buy, you know, sometimes it's all in, you know, you are what you think and what you are what you feel.
Yeah.
Boom, you got to kind of snap into that.
Yeah,
dude. Play that
awesome.
up, for sure.
Great job, Tyler. Thank you so much. That's Tyler Messner. He's on Twitter at Tyler Messner. Tyler, Meznarich. Fuck yeah, this is very exciting. Bob, you've been on the show before.
Once before,
Steven, there's a question that I always ask people on their first time that I want to ask you and Roddy.
Sure.
Was there ever anything you did in the beginning of your career? Maybe, I mean, obviously you, Glickman, you know, on stage, anything you said or did that you can't believe that you did, or Piper, something very early on in your thing that you can't believe you did, which I'm sure the list probably looks like a like Schindler's. It's got some things on it. I'm just trying to think of a long list. Schindler had a pretty long list, right?
That's a long list.
I don't think that
long
was
enough.
I don't think that was written on a Post-it note or anything. But anything you can't believe that you did? Or you're,
In the beginning of my when I first started doing stand-up, everything I wrote was like sex jokes. That's all. That's kind of how most comics start. They write lots of sex-type jokes. Or if you're like a dirty kind of person, that's what you write, and that's the kind of shit I would write. And then my mom came to see me do stand-up 3 months into doing stand-up, and I did a joke about retard porn.
Oh boy!
In front of my mom.
That'll do it.
And she's never let that one go. Like, she still brings it up. She's like, I don't understand who would watch it. I don't believe that it's real. And I think it's offensive that your mind would come up with that. And I was like, no, it's fucking real. I have one. I'll play it for you. So, yeah, that's an early screw up, I guess, in some ways.
That's awesome. Piper, how about you? What do you got? Could be from anything.
Baby Jesus. Something that I wish I hadn't done?
Maybe. Or maybe it's just something embarrassing, something you can't believe that you did.
Oh, I got all those categories figured out for you. I'm just doing the editing.
It's a different
for you.
answer for
One
each
time,
one.
I wish I wouldn't have done this one. I just try to tell it quick. I wrestled this guy. His name was Bad News Allen, and he was an Olympic judo player. And but he was just a so-so wrestler, and I had to wrestle him in Toronto Sky Dome. And he's a black gentleman. I'm from Canada, so I painted myself half black. That ain't nothing. So, and you can see it's 63,000 people that come out. I'm dancing like this. I'm trying to be like Michael Jackson. They're doing the same thing you're doing. Like, what the fuck is he doing? And I'm half black. So...
Split right down the middle. I'm pretty sure I remember it.
Part of me started to grow. It's a lopsided thing. Aerodynamic. And so they bought this black paint so when I would wrestle, the sweat wouldn't take it off. So, I went out there and had a pretty lackluster match with this guy and came back and sat down and the lady goes and 5 minutes later my cheek is bleeding. See, there was this solution just looked like water. But Andre the Giant and Arnie Skolin dumped it out and filled it with water. Now, I'm in Toronto, Canada, half black. I can't get it off. I swear to God. And so I proceeded to, go out and get drunk as I possibly could. And the next morning, and don't judge me because, it hurts me. I woke up with all my clothes on my bed, and this hotel, the door to my hotel was gone. And there was a cowboy hat in the middle of cowboy hat there, and I had a 4-foot Mickey Mouse that I bought for my daughter. And when I woke up, I forgot I was half black. And then I saw, holy shit, because I got to go from Toronto to Portland, Oregon. So I got the cowboy hat, since it might be a friend of mine. I put the cowboy hat on, and I got my briefcase here and my 4-foot Mickey Mouse there. I want to tell you, when you come through half white and half black, they get the fuck out of your way. And the next plane to Chicago, the stewardess lady had a problem and wanted me to check Mickey, and fuck you, I bought him a first-class seat, and we all drank all the way home.
Wow. That is such a cool
But I'm sorry I did that.
That's an amazing...
Mickey got a first-class ticket. That is such a great ending. Oh, my
How
God.
is that not a movie?
That
How
is
has
beautiful.
this not happened?
I love it.
You know that in Saints Row 3, the video game, you can play and hang out with Roddy in the game?
Really?
Yeah. And you can reenact, it's amazing. He's in the game. You just get to reenact scenes with him. It's amazing.
That is so awesome.
True, right? That's the fucking
You know, the store is in GTA 5. You can come right up to that door right there.
No way.
Yeah, the one that's right next to this stage.
That's fucking crazy.
It's around the back of the Comedy Store in the parking lot
Or
and
you
up
could
the
just
black
come
stairs.
here.
Yeah.
Right. You could just come here and hang out with this guy. So
Of course.
That's.
So all these folks just come to watch you do this podcast?
Some of them do. We have some regulars there. There's Jerry and Laney over there.
Nice.
Hi, Jerry and
Big
Laney.
howdy. Your Gene's mother?
It's really.
Laney's already dropping names over there. Little Miss Royalty. I love it.
This is saddest Iron Man I've ever seen. It's so depressed.
How are you doing over there, Iron Pig?
Waiting for my opportunity to throw some stones.
Of course you would, Iron Man. Fuck
Oh
yeah.
my God, it's amazing.
This is so much fun. All right, who's ready for? Are you guys ready for your next comedian or what? Let's do it. He goes by the name of Charlie Talbert. Everyone, here he is.
Talbert.
Oh wow.
God, I haven't seen you guys since I roofied you in Texas. How's it going? Mr. Letterman, evil me. I always wanted to be you growing up. I still wear skirts to this day. You remember the Two Towers? Good to see you again, you fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Good to see you. How are you? God, you're gorgeous. What's your name? Sarah. Sarah, Jesus, you're amazingly beautiful. God, I saw you sitting here alone. Excuse me, sir. You ever just look at a chick and think, God, I could overpower her? As a friend who desperately wants to have sex with you. No, I'm kidding. I do want to have sex with you. I'm just getting into the dating scene, guys. I'm getting out there. I tried this thing, Tinder. You guys have all heard of Tinder. Every comedian talks about it. If you haven't heard about it, it's this app where you grab the screen, you see her face, and you swipe right if you like her. And if you don't like her, you swipe left. Well, I did that like 70 times, and nobody got back to me except for my cousin who showed me how to use the app. So I got a date next Friday. I'm very excited. But I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. I went out to the real world. I met a chick. She started talking to me, and she's like, I really like you. And I was like, I really like you, too. So I grabbed her face and swiped right.
There you go.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Charlie.
What was right before the Tinder one? What was the joke right before the Tinder?
It was just
Overpowering the woman.
talking to the girl.
Yeah, overpowering the woman.
That really just made the whole room uncomfortable, and
That's
it's
the
really
first time
hard.
that's bombed.
It's really pretty much like showing your dick and having like a big open wound. Like I need to get this fixed, and then putting it away, and then trying to do a bunch of jokes. You know, you pretty much just put a big bomb in the room, and then tried to like climb back on the hill. You
It's
know?
like an Ari Shaffir move.
Yeah. Yeah, the rape. I mean, you pretty much said you wanted to rape her. You know.
But as a friend,
I know, but the joke was rape, and she's right there. And you're a lot bigger.
Here's my beef with it. Here's my beef with that thing is that you went for that. You played that angle, and then when it got weird, you pulled out. You pulled back. You could play it one of two ways. You could obviously be a comedian just joking about wanting to rape her, or you can not mention raping her. But you can't.
Don't do things halfway, whether
right.
it's rape or whether it's painting yourself black.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Fucking awesome.
Go all the
just
way with
rape
it.
her fully.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or
Yeah,
don't
for
rape
sure.
at all.
Oh, okay, no.
Go black or just stay white and enjoy the first class ticket. But you know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
There's a lot of weight on those comments.
Like,
you know
look,
what I mean?
when you put this outfit together today, right? You committed to this situation. You went red shoes, red tie, red hat, dress shirt. This is great. I think it's fine. All right, like you might not be doing this in 4 years from now, but maybe like in the beginning, you do a little shtick thing to like have a thing. I did the same fucking thing when I started out Bob will let you know, at the fucking Friars Club when I was doing stand-up,
Oh,
I'd show up
shit.
in three-piece suits and look like a fucking asshole,
And
but
then
people knew who I was.
And then he'd do 20 minutes of retard porn.
Exactly.
And you're just
Well,
like,
the thing is I actually
slowly went away, and that became
This is a stick. Like I've got 14 of these shirts, and I literally have 14 of these ties. I started out doing film and television. Now I'm doing stand-up. I fucked up. I know.
Whatever.
So I switched it up to try this style, and this is like my 8th month.
No,
what do you mean you fucked up?
What do you mean you
Wait,
fucked
I
up?
want to
What does
hear
that
a little
mean?
more. Can I just? What do you mean you fucked
Well,
up?
like-
What did you start out doing?
I've done about 34 films, about 20 television shows, and
bit-
then
bit
I
roles?
just fell out. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the movie Angus?
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, hey!
Hey, it's good to see you, brother.
Wait, Angus? What's that
Wait,
about?
tell me what Angus was. 'Cause I feel like I knew it.
It was James Van Der Beek's first big movie, mine. It was about a big kid who falls in love with a girl, and he can't have her.
So he rapes her.
And
Yeah,
he rapes
yeah.
her. No. And at the end, he gets her, he triumphs, that kind of thing.
Well, shit, man. This is what you should be. Well, no, you should be talking about this, right?
I do. I talk
you
about
do
how I
delve
was
into
always
more of
busy.
this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't come across as a guy who should be doing gratuitous material for the sake of being gratuitous. You don't need that. I think you're kind of a likable, warm guy.
thanks, man.
You remind me. To me, is this an old reference? Norm from Cheers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're like a Norm from Cheers, and the last thing.
Oh, wow.
Well, fuck. There you are.
Holy shit.
Look at. Hey, Roddy. Back here, Roddy. Look.
Oh,
Look,
That's
there he is.
that's the fucking movie, Warner Brothers movie, man. No
But you know what I
joke.
mean? Like that's
yeah.
the kind of stuff you talk
Yeah,
about, and
that's
perhaps
something.
talk about the. Well, do you feel like you slipped back? Do you feel like you've fallen, or do you feel like this is a?
Well, I left for 5 years.
Why?
I wanted to get married, have kids, and then I got divorced and said, hey, I should do stand-up comedy. And this is like my 128th time on stage.
Okay, there you go. There's your journey. Talk about that stuff.
I
That's
do.
the stuff that you should be talking about. Of
I
course.
do. I'm
Yeah,
working
yeah.
on the tender joke. That's really the one that I'm trying to work with.
Now, when you said that you feel like you went backwards, that you did it the wrong way, Piper had something.
Yeah, where's...
Well, you know what? I think you did fucking great.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, you know what? You did your homework. You had something on everybody, boom to boom. And that, so then you kind of, you only had so much time to get over. You got all the energy, like you got everything going. You just need to tighten it up and make it work and find out where the punchlines are.
Look,
But
That's
other than
right.
that, yeah.
The first time that's actually literally the first time that joke's
Good.
ever bombed. But it's like staying in that moment, right, is what I should do, is just like go with that moment and call myself out on it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's the tricky thing about rape. All right, because I've got material on rape. I think everyone at this table has some rape material. Are you playing in the trailer to the movie?
Yeah, there he is.
Angus Bethune? I can't dance.
Is that you? You're the
I
kid?
can't talk to girls.
That's him, dude.
You're Angus, right?
Charlie Talbert.
You're
No
Angus?
joke. Yeah, he's Angus, man.
But I can smash Rick Sanford's face in.
Got a temper, save it for the football field.
I'm not going. You get to dance with Melissa Levine.
Kathy Bates is in that movie, just in case you're wondering. This is a fucking real movie.
Use what you have in here.
We're gonna turn you from a large, pathetic virgin into a large, pathetic virgin with a new look. This is Wanda. And she is your date? Is yours.
Fucking A, dude. Awesome.
Bad time. When Angus dances with Melissa, she's never gonna look back.
That's my best friend in real life, Chris Owen. We just finished our 14th film together.
Wow.
Wow. All right,
That's
so
awesome.
dude, give him a round of applause.
Can I get your
That's
autograph?
Angus. They live, Angus. Angus, they live. Look at that. That's cool.
I came here to chew bubblegum and tell jokes, and I'm all out of bubblegum, brother.
Oh,
Good luck
I
to
think
you.
we need to find this guy some
Good
more
luck to
bubble
you,
gum,
bro.
guys, because
Oh,
I don't
shit!
think you want to hear anymore.
I love and respect you, Tony.
Thank
Good
you
job.
so much.
Yeah.
I love you, Charlie. I just found out you're a child star, and it makes sense since you look like a big baby.
Dude, when it comes to the rape material, to do a joke like that, either if you put it on yourself, like, oh, I could never get her because I have to fucking rape chicks to make that happen. Like if you find a way of doing it instead of it being like you're a big guy, you saying to a girl, I could rape you, seems like a little. It
I got 3 daughters.
it turns.
Keep the rape thing out of the motherfucker.
You got it, Roddy.
I agree.
All
I-
kinds
you
of
know
other
what I mean?
ways
Like-
to go. You don't have to go there, man. That's an ugly.
Well, I'll usually follow that up in a normal routine. I've never done like a minute jam before.
Yeah, no, I know what you
But
mean.
I'll follow that up with, you know what? There's nothing I can do to you. They need the same amount of equipment to find my penis. They need to find Flight 370. You know that?
Hilarious.
I do shit like that. So I bring
Charlie,
myself.
Charlie,
No,
Charlie,
bring
Charlie,
it back
Charlie,
on
Charlie.
yourself, yeah.
Roddy Piper just said, "Don't do the rape joke."
And Roddy will. I will never give another rape joke on stage for
There
you,
you
Roddy.
go.
For you, fucking
That's
Roddy.
the lesson.
Love Roddy. Let's give
Roddy
it up for Roddy.
Piper has spoken, ladies and gentlemen.
Love you, Roddy. Thank you, gentlemen.
Charlie Talbert, everybody. There he goes.
Give him a round of applause.
He's on Twitter. His handle is Big Guy in the Tie. Is that true? That's your real Twitter handle?
I'm going to
Big
follow
Guy
you
in the
right
Tie.
now, Charlie.
Yeah, but see, Angus raping somebody's kind of funny.
Yes, I agree.
So maybe if he brings up Angus first.
That's how the movie should have ended.
Just kidding.
Going, I can't get laid. I'm just going to rape this girl instead.
This summer, Angus is back.
Let's get another comedian up here, shall we, guys? Sarah Kenny, everyone. Sarah Kenny.
Hey! Hey, Charlie, look who it is! Hey! Jump on her, Charlie!
It's weird. All my jokes are about being raped. So, I went down to the dumpster to throw out my baby, and well, what happened was all throughout my pregnancy, I drank non-alcoholic beer, and my baby came out so boring. But the thing is, I didn't really need the baby. I really needed the breast milk. And if you've ever had a breast milk latte, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So I really hate guys that ride these motorcycles that are very loud to the point where you have to plug your ears when they go by, because it's such an obvious plea for attention. And it's just like those guys who drive fire trucks, like also very much in need of attention. So it's really hard being such a large-breasted woman trapped in a
It's so funny to think that you thought talking about being a large-breasted woman would stop the angry West Hollywood bear. Angry West Hollywood bears do not care at all about breasts.
They don't.
100% true.
That's why they make the best enforcers at times.
Seriously.
All right. The dead baby thing. Let's just all pretend like that never happened.
She kind of saved it, I thought.
Really?
When she said it was, from drinking non-alcoholic beer and it came out boring. I thought that was
That's
funny.
a funny joke.
That actually saved it for me.
I'd just get right to that then. If that's worth it, then I'd keep it short so that it doesn't seem so real and dark and creepy.
It also
in
doesn't
the
make
beginning.
sense.
You're
that you
opening
threw
line.
out
You could
the
just
baby.
say, I don't want to I don't want to get pregnant because if I did, I mean.
I've done the non-alcoholic part by itself before.
That joke's great. That's a great joke.
It can totally stand alone. I was so creeped out from the other stuff that going into that I sort of was numb to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you really have a baby or no? Is that a joke? Okay, all right.
Have you ever really had a breast milk latte? Because it is pretty disgusting. It's really sour.
I know. No, you've had one?
Yeah.
Really?
Seriously?
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so
Where?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I got a real solid question here. Why are you doing material about having a baby and being pregnant if you have not had a baby and we're not pregnant? I'm just asking out of curiosity. Is there a reason for that, or do you know someone that was pregnant?
I had some. God, I feel like it comes up too often, but I've been on here before, and I did a joke about getting pregnant and then having a miscarriage, and that did happen.
Oh,
so
okay.
then that's kind of spurred some other material in my
Got
head.
it.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh well, then that makes sense.
I love that there's two people in the doorway right now pondering whether this is the show they want to be in or not, and that's the part that they just walked
Wait,
in
guys,
on.
stick around. He's about to rape her. Come on.
Come on in, folks. Come on in.
It's all happening.
Everything's going to be
Water's
fine.
fine.
Everything's going to be fine.
We're about
be
to make
great.
another miscarriage, everybody. I'm sorry, Sarah. It's definitely too
shit.
soon for that. She's laughing. She's laughing.
Oh, they left.
Fuck yeah. Oh, thank you, guys. They did. They came in.
Oh, they came in.
The
They
two
came
newest audience members. We're drawing people in with Sarah's amazing.
By telling them that I was going to
Let's talk about the motorcycle thing, shall we?
Sure.
It ended in firemen, right? So what's that about?
Well, I'd actually never told that one before, so I had no idea. But yeah, it was just like, I feel like motorcycles are guys who want to get attention, but fire trucks go by and they're equally as loud, and they're clearly not trying to get attention. But you know.
Yeah, I see the idea. It needs to be changed,
fleshed out. Yeah, it's
maybe start with the ambulance, maybe, or do it backwards, or no.
It is interesting. It's
You know,
a lot.
You know what I'm going for. It's new. I haven't really worked on it too much. So
talking about something that's really hard, like emotionally hard to talk about, like a miscarriage on stage, and like making it funny and doing it for yourself, like and like getting you got some good material in there for it. That can be great. Just don't trap yourself into thinking that you have to do that forever because it's your, you know. It's good. It's that particular joke is really funny. You just don't have to,
Sarah,
do lots of material on it. You could just do one joke about the pregnancy and then just fucking hop shit, move on to something else, motorcycles and whatnot.
This is something I just real quick. How long have you been doing?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half. Do you feel, as a female comic, and this is just a genuine question, do you feel predisposed towards doing edgy material to stand out? Or just because of its stand-up comedy and it sort of lends itself to being kind of edgy? Do you feel like you're doing it because of that, or because that's truly what you want to do on stage?
I just do it because that's what makes me laugh. That's what.
So you like doing darker material.
I
so
do.
it's an intentional choice. You're not trying to fit in or try to fit a certain
No,
type that's perhaps
that's what
trending.
I like.
Popular. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. So
For
as long
sure.
as you're doing it because you want to do it. Because you know what I mean.
Right.
Especially female comics. Sometimes they try to be dirty to
Totally.
fit into the, unfortunately, all-male club that seems to be stand-up comic for the most part. And you don't come across as a inherently like edgy person.
And I don't. I mean, not that I hate kids, but I don't love kids. I don't really want to have kids, so I do enjoy making jokes about getting rid of them, not having them.
See, just you telling it that way made it much funnier than if you were to say it like real deadpan. There's almost a joy in you saying, yeah, but you're so sweet, and yet you're telling me with a laugh that you enjoy getting rid of children. There's something cool about that. You're having fun with the line.
Piper, what do you think about all this? You have 3 daughters,
not in
right?
this
Or
one at
3. You
all.
have 3 kids.
I think she's beautiful.
Thank
She's
you.
beautiful. I think a little more wholesome. You know, well, I'm a dad, you know, but you're so beautiful naturally, and like you kind of shine. If you just told them the truth, I bet you they'd love you forever. Really good stuff.
It's a really good point.
Yes, you know what? Sometimes, for me, when I want something, sometimes I try too hard instead of just like, because then the timing's right, and they get a chance to know you through the beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like in the minute time frame, I rush it a little. My timing's maybe not as...
Yeah, because you're nervous, you're trying to keep them rolling, or all that great stuff. But like you're so pure, you don't, you're hitting them with that right out of the chute. Like where you go from latte, clubbing baby seals. It's kind of like you club. Oh, shut up.
Great job.
Yeah,
Give her a
great
round
job.
of applause, everyone.
I love it.
Oh no! Now he's grabbing
Oh,
her.
jeez.
Oh shit!
What was that?
Every set she has, she's always dark and mysterious like that. I really want to see what your personal life is. Do you play a lot of video games? Are you a comic book girl? Or are
How
you
many cats do you own? 0 cats,
Zero
huh?
cats. Oh, she
Ooh,
writes video
whoa.
games. See, I knew there was something there. I knew there's.
That's what a video game
there's
writer
that's
is
that's a cool chick right there. That's a girl that has a webcam show that she doesn't tell anybody about.
I see.
Yeah.
Guys, let's get. How are we looking on time here? 9:29.
We got one more.
Okay. Piper, how you doing? You okay? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for our special guest. Thank you so much for popping in. I'll see you in a bit. You are the greatest, Piper.
Coolest.
Ah, that's so cool.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Where's he going?
You know, Piper is a paid regular here.
Yeah, no, I knew that. What did he say about a piano?
Oh, he goes and he plays the piano.
Oh.
Hopefully that main room show's over. I don't know if there is one tonight,
It just got started.
Oh, really?
I think Roddy may be back up here in a couple minutes.
He might just start playing the piano anyway.
Right.
Who's going to stop
me?
Yeah. No one's going to stop that guy.
When he first came on
Excuse me.
stage, I just saw somebody coming towards the stage. I'm like, this guy's not going to stop. He's going to attack. I think he was going to attack one of you guys. I'm like, he's going. Oh wait, who is this? How do you guys know? I have no idea.
Oschack, do you have gambling debts?
I didn't know.
You are fucked.
No, I knew he was regular here, but that was kind of cool.
That was pretty
That was
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah,
Did
that was
Roddy
definitely
think we
fun.
were just going to spend an hour and a half on his act? That way he kind of took that seat.
I don't think. No, he didn't. He didn't know the format coming in.
Oh, okay. So he was literally.
He was just popping in
he
to say
stumbled
hello,
into
and
That's awesome.
He really did grab my neck pretty hard, though. That was no joke. That guy is tough as shit.
it's very, 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 very strong. It's a funny quick one about him is. You know, he was hanging out here a lot. We were doing stand-up together, and he made friends with a lot of us here. And he was talking about his shoulder hurting a bit for a few weeks. And after the few weeks of being busy and this achy shoulder, we found out that his neck was broken. So when he says, my shoulder's hurting a little bit, that means he has a broken neck. That's how, literally, that's how tough of a human being he is.
That's amazing.
Like, and I'll like complain for a week if I stub my toe or something. You know, he's like, something's a little bit wrong. Ugh. All right, and he'd like pop it in, and he wouldn't acknowledge it for a while. It's amazing. Toughest guy I know. It's incredible. Fuck yeah, guys. Your next comedian, everybody, goes by the name of GT.
Why do comedians adopt dogs? Why do you fucking comedians adopt dogs? I just don't get it, people. When you're in and out of the comedy store, in and out of the improv, in and out of strip clubs, in and out of cafes, networking, try to make it. Yeah. Well, your dog is home alone. Well, your dog is home alone, horny, and naked. Yeah. Well, you're out every fucking night trying to fucking get laid and fucking trying to make it. All right, guys, how you guys doing tonight?
I love that. Most comedians
Doing
start
great,
with,
GT.
"Hey,
Thank
how you
you.
guys
How are you?"
doing?" He ends with it.
Wait, he's still doing his act, I think. Or is this part of the... Are you done?
Done?
Oh,
Holy
okay.
shit, that was terrifying.
Okay.
Can't believe Roddy left before he came up.
Yeah.
Fucking
He must have known that was going to happen. Piper's instincts are so good. He's like, you know what, guys, I'm going to get out of here.
It was a weird journey. That was a weird minute-long journey. I felt like most people were scared and/or just had no clue where you were going. Then suddenly we all thought we knew where you were going, and then all of a sudden we were scared and confused again. Yeah. All in the period of about 45 to 50 seconds.
There was a big laugh there that happened at one point, but it was off of her laugh. Everybody heard somebody laugh, and it made them laugh that anybody would laugh at that.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden everybody was cracking up, and you took a beat. You probably thought it was your laugh. It wasn't. It was just a random laugh.
Were you laughing at me, or were you laughing at my jokes? That's good.
Are you doing? Is that a character that you're doing, or is this real, like a real thing?
You know what? I'm confused myself. Sometimes I'll be.
It's true. He goes in and out of it. I've seen it. I've been watching GT for years. You know, I used to host downstairs, so and he's done this a couple times. So he comes in and out to where like he'll be like this guy that wants to do comedy, that writes jokes and this and that, and then he just fucking like will just like turn into this. I can't even describe the other thing.
Tony was one of those guys who's. I really quite sure if he liked my stuff or he didn't. I don't know.
Is he the same model as the Patriot?
No,
No, he is not. He is not Iranian.
Wow. Obviously, very defensive patriot over there. He does not want to be lined up with that. Iranians and Armenians don't really see.
GT is the reason for the Armenian genocide.
Oh shit!
Oh. Settle down, GT. That's a joke. Jesus Christ. You get a couple Middle Eastern people next to each other. Next thing you know, it's fucking.
Yeah.
One genocide reference. Suddenly someone's Mr. Thin-Skinned.
Thank
Come
God.
on, GT. We're just talking about white.
Thank God there's no Jews on stage.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
That's all it takes.
Steven. This is really awkward. You're Jewish. Okay.
Yes, like that's my character. I really can't tell. Sometimes I'll be like, is that really me? It's not really me. I'll be videotaping myself.
I think you yelling about dogs is kind of hilarious. Like, I think it's terrifying and weird that you're doing it, and I kind of like it.
I want to do a special version of Kill Tony with you one episode where we have you come on, and my guests are just two psychiatrists instead of comedians, and I want to see like what their actual feedback is. Like, well, I could tell from
What was your father like?
the fact that you went back to the jerking off dog for a moment. I do believe you're bipolar.
You know what? I just want to put a drop
bipolar,
cam.
bro.
I'm going to put a drop cam in his house just so I can like log in anytime and just see what he's doing.
You own a house?
Dude, just
You should put it in his taxi
just
cab.
watch the movie The Room. You'll just know. It's basically the same.
So you've
really
seen,
good.
you've watched GT
Right.
evolve through the years. Was this
the lack of evolution?
Is this a new bit? Was this new material tonight? No?
Oh yeah, definitely new material.
Okay.
That's new material?
It's something.
You do it. I was honestly shocked at how good your impression of the dog was that you went into in the middle there.
My dog. I had two dogs. One of them got hit by a car.
Oh shit!
So,
Well,
yeah,
don't use that in the act.
Did he have the? Let me ask you this:
He was always crying.
Did he have the other dog put the car out of park to run him over?
No,
It was a suicidal dog joke, everybody. It would have been not only a suicidal dog, but one that communicated to the other dog to get into the car, to take the parking brake off. I mean, it was a dog, suicidal, and with a plan, and it went nowhere, but I floated it out there.
You should give that joke to Charlie Talbot.
It's too much work.
Do you have a Vine? Because it seems like you'd be a Vine celebrity.
Oh, yeah.
A Vine. No, I don't. My cousins of mine are like, hey, you should get on Vine. You should get on this. You should get on that. No. I'm sick and tired of Twitter, Facebook. Suck my.
And time over. See, perfect.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a
There we
6
go.
seconds.
Facebook is not
Now,
high school.
the only thing I would add to that is while you're doing the impression of your high-pitched cousins, you just
Right.
that could be like your get or
That
done.
could be a whole series of Vine
your, like,
videos,
yes.
the jerk off.
I'm over it, man. I'm over the social media crap. It's like high school all over again, bro. People stalking me. People want to know what's up. People unfriending me. People coming back, want to be back friends again.
And cut.
And
There,
cut.
there we go.
There we go.
That's it.
what
That's
you're saying.
fine.
There we go.
And then it repeats over and over.
Over and over again.
You want to be friends again?
Maybe do it like in just like tidy whities while like eating a hot dog in a bathtub or something. But you could like totally become a Vine celebrity. These people are making fucking killer.
Yeah.
And then you can go do your comedy wherever the fuck you want
And
to
you're-
based on 6 seconds, 7 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're sick of everything.
I'm going to log on to Vine.
It's true.
Yeah.
So there you go, GT.
Remember, GT, you're sick of everything. That's
Yes.
your angle. You're
Yeah.
sick of everything.
Steal an
Here,
iPhone.
just try it out. Try it out.
Steal an iPhone.
I'm sick of it, bro.
No.
I'm
What do you
sick of it.
What do you think of trees?
Trees. If you ever see an Armenian in a tree, if you ever see an Armenian in a tree, most likely that Armenian up on that tree is the branch manager.
And cut.
Branch manager. You hear
Very
branch
good.
manager?
It's
That was
Brilliant.
Brilliant. GT, congratulations. You're done being a
future
stand-up
is bright.
comedian.
The future is
You
bright.
have a whole future in Vine.
You know
There
what?
you go. Vine celebrity.
There's a spoken word slam in Montana looking for you, GT. Seriously, brother. Go for it. Hang out with the leather poets.
Thank you.
Amazing.
All right, everybody. This is the part of the show where we have our two regulars come on that work out a new minute each week. How exciting. So let's do it again, everybody. You know her from dropping out of college at the University of Florida. And she started right here on this show, and she's come back every week since with a brand new minute. Put your hands together for the great Kimberly Congdon, everybody. Here she is.
Just divide it and please don't knock it until you've tried it. So to all of you bitches.
Was I supposed to keep dancing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was giving you an Ellen moment.
Late. All right. Okay. Well, this has been weird already. Guys, no, women are confusing. We're weird characters. I feel like there's different excuses for us to be confusing, though. Like, okay, we're the only people in the entire world that want these two things at the same time, food and weight loss, which doesn't make sense. But I feel like there's some things that are excusable, like being in love, because there's a thing called pheromones. Have you guys heard of that? It's basically your body telling you it wants to be with somebody. Mine are really in tune. I matched with my pheromone partner July of 2012, and man, did those pits smell good. It was weird. Guys think I'm inviting them over to watch movies and like hang out, but I'm just trying to sniff their armpits, which is fine. What about armpits, guys? Those are weird and smelly. Sometimes I want to braid armpits on guys and do weird things to boys and their butts and things.
Wow. All right.
That really worked out, this plan.
I feel like you like that bombing, right?
Very much so.
Thank you.
I think you have a great idea. I mean, I don't think you have the right approach yet. I totally think that there's something with pheromones and smelling and something there. I don't think you need to ask people whether they know about it and those things like you do. You guys know about that? Like,
yeah.
Everyone knows about pheromones.
No point to ask questions.
Yeah.
You just want to tell people things. You want to give them information. So, yes, pheromones is a thing, and yes, here's what you do, and you're asking. There's just questions there, so it's just the front end is so filled up, and there's ums there that just stand out. They pop hard because the way that you talk has these like chords, you know, like ba 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 ba. I don't. You guys know what I'm talking about? So when you hit that and you end up at an it's like it really stands out more than even if I say like the way that I'm talking right now, it's like a ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba. You know, but if I was going, guys, you know, like I can't even do an impression. My mind's like blank.
Yeah, it was very. I noticed it also because it was really like you were almost like
and the thing
making
about
it a
that
part
is
of it.
that like you like go up and down notes like.
I feel like that's also sometimes just not knowing what I want to say in my jokes. I've been trying to just fill things in as I go, and sometimes I just don't have anything. And when you have a minute, you're like, I need something now. So I'm like,
But I think that's part of it is that you don't need something now, and that you can riff whatever just comes out, and you can fail. But it's better to take the chance and let it rip and fail than it is to try to figure it out really quick right in the last second and figure it out and do it and then fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's better to at least sound calm and sound like yourself. And, you know, doing a new minute each week is like the hardest thing in the world. We talk about this all the time. So
I feel like it's getting harder too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't think it really should.
Well,
because
start having more one night stands and stuff. You know, the comedy will find you.
Yeah, definitely that.
I feel like I don't know. And also, I try to talk about like my opinions and stuff. And at 23, my opinions change all the time. So I'll think one thing one day, and the next week I'll be like, I was a fucking idiot last week, and I don't think that at all anymore. So it's always.
I mean, what do you?
Yeah, but remember, if you think you're a fucking idiot one day, it'll change again, and you'll think you're smart again. That's part of it, because your opinions change so much.
Yeah.
So play into that. All I know is I have no idea what your bit was about, to be honest. But if you do figure it out, I don't. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to write on a new topic.
You have to ask yourself questions about pheromones. Like, you have to ask yourself, what is it that you like about it? How do you try to get a whiff? How do you try to sneak that if you're really into it? You know, what do you
Do you really try to get a whiff of guys' armpits?
No, okay.
By the way, I totally agree with her on this.
Well,
I think that there's a, like, you ever
someone
smell
like attracted
like
to their
a woman, you know what I mean? Like the actual like
Like the body
There's a
odor.
reason why the bodies do that, and it is for that reason. And if,
It's
and
because
if,
you make
and if
healthy
there is
babies.
it's true.
Why do you
read
think
it
Axe
today.
body spray is a thing?
Yeah.
That's exactly
No,
what it
it's
is.
different.
They figured
No.
out a
I mean,
certain
like that
smell
like
that.
We got to rock. I got to move on. Thank you so
Pre-deodorant.
much, Kim Congdon.
Okay, bye.
She's on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon. Sorry, I got to fly.
Great
I
job.
fucking lost
Okay.
track of time again. Your final comedian of the night, the always goofy and lovely Sarah Wineshank, everybody.
That ass and twist that click. You know I like that freaky shit. Girl, you know you look so cute. Throwing that pussy the way you do.
Whoa, what's up? Guys, you think married couples stay together because they both love the bed so much? Like, they don't know who's gonna get that bed if they separate. Do you think they stay together because they don't want to put the sheets on their beds alone? Because that is the hardest shit in the fucking world. That's its own job. It's like having a child, like changing a diaper. You gotta strip the bed. You gotta take everything off the bed. And some of those things are still clean, like the pillowcases, they might be clean, but the sheets aren't. But you want to do them all together. It's a pain in the ass. Then you put it in the washer, you put it in the dryer. Guess what happens? Still not dry. Because that duvet cover, guys, takes a long ass time to dry. And then when it's time to put that duvet cover back onto the comforter, you gotta line the corners together. And that's when...
Yeah, you can't keep going. Sarah Wineshank, everybody. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, so this is going to be a special thing that we do where we'll update you on the something
On
or
the
other
fly?
next week.
Okay.
I'll save a few extra
We're gonna
minutes at
say
the end.
something real quick.
We have a hard out.
I
but-
have no idea what.
It's like a broke-ass Natasha Leggero, and I like it.
It's very funny.
It was very instructional. It was very instructional.
Yeah.
Some fun
Yeah,
for
so
anybody
how
doing their
about we
sheets.
talk to her after the show?
Sure.
Okay.
And then at the next week, we'll talk about this again. We'll bring it back
I just
up
learned
again.
what a duvet cover was recently, so you can't
I
just be
thought
throwing
that.
out
I
duvet
was like, there's going to be
covers-
the guy that
covers.
doesn't know what a duvet cover
I'm
is.
so
Okay.
sorry we ran out of time.
Bye.
We're out of time.
Sweet.
Follow Bob Oschack on Twitter at
there's
Shackknife.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys. Glickman?
At Stephen Glickman on Twitter, and Funny Guy from TV on YouTube. How about that for
You
an
are
ego
funny.
maniac?
Watch Big Time Rush. What are you, season 6?
Workaholics, season
Yeah.
finale. Workaholics.
Hormoz
season finale.
Rashidi. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hormoz Rashidi is on Twitter at Hormoz Rashidi. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much, live audience, for coming out to episode 50 of Kill Tony. Thank you so much, everyone. Stick around for the Ding Dong Show.
On the things I do when I'm fucking. And when I'm tired, the bitches are sucking. I double team with a friend of